Welcome to this instructional video on how you upgrade your existing ZT Pro with the new base. The new base upgrade kit comes with two axles which have brass bearing surfaces, an Allen key, and if you turn it over underneath, just put your hands in here, you've got a drive shaft center and then two drive shaft ends. If you remove those in preparation for installation. Now, first job is to remove two of the bolts on the top. It doesn't matter which side, just remove two using the Allen key provided. Once you've removed the bolts, gently lift it up and pull outwards. You can now remove the centerpiece assembly. Move this out of the way. Now you've got two options. If you're not going to travel with this and you just want the extra functionality of the trays and the actual spool holder, then you can place the axles directly onto your assembly, and if you see there's a shorter distance between the bush here, that needs to be facing forward on both sides. Tilt it forward and place into the assembly. And that's your installation complete if you don't want to replace the drive shaft. Now, if you want to replace the drive shaft so you've got the capability of fitting the uprights underneath, this is what you need to do. Stop. Right, so if you decide that you want to upgrade the drive shaft, then remove this, you push it in the forward position and then gently ease it up. Sometimes it catches on a magnet like that. Carefully remove these. And there's one big difference. With the old drive shaft, it's only going through one bearing surface. If you upgrade to the new included drive shaft, it will go through both. Okay, so put this to one side. Now what you need to do is, if you look closely at the drive shaft ends, there's a marker line. Okay, so we'll put that down there. First job, place it up and turn the drive shaft until stop. Now you've removed this, what you need to do is turn the drive shaft with your fingers and you'll see two grub screw holes, one with a grub screw in, one without. Turn it to the one with a grub screw in. Now release that. Now be very careful at this stage, because if you pull this off, then the gear is going to fall within the drive shaft. So what you need to do is, there's a line here and a shorter distance from that line. That needs to come from the handle inwards. So if you push the drive shaft out with this bar, push it through, and then keep pushing it until you're in the middle of that marker line. Now what you need to do is tighten the grub screw. That's one side done. Now the next side, same thing, turn the handle till you see the grub screw, slacken it off, then get your drive shaft end with the short space between the marker line and the end, and that's going to go from this side in. So basically the short part is on the inside of this mechanism. So push that out. Can be a little bit fiddly. And then it needs to be in the center of the marker line. Now tighten the glove screw. So you've now got two pieces like this. Now you're going to need your Allen key again. This is the one that you have originally with your hook tire. You grab the drive shaft center and push it in from this side. So if you're looking at the head, pushing it in, and you will see there's a gap there. That's fine. Push it into the stop and tighten this grip screw. Nice and tight. Now get the other side. And this is coming in from this side. Push it. Make sure it's to the stop. So now it's like that. Now you've got your fully assembled piece with the new drive shaft. It's very simple. Look for the short side. So there's a short gap between there, and that goes on, so it's pointing forward. Same with this one. Then what you do is get both hands, hold them together, push the assembly forward so that it doesn't catch the magnets. And just make sure they're seated. That is now one upgraded hook tire. However, you can see the heads are not lined up. And the quickest, easiest way to do this is to turn the variable side, just slacken that glove screw there and turn it so that it's lined up. Now you've got an upgraded base. Right, so let's assume you want to travel now with your hook tire. It's a simple process of push this forward and then release it. Take the drive shaft ends off. Turn it over. And then you release the glove screws on the actual drive shaft center. One. Two. You take the heads off. One. Two. Right, now you can place this into the assembly. Now these are new, so sometimes you push it in, it's bouncing back up. Just give it a little wiggle like that so it sits down. It's because it's new. We wanted it to be extra tight because obviously we don't want it to wear out. And then this one you put this way, you push it down, just give it a little wiggle so it'll sit down. That's it, and that ain't going nowhere. This piece then fits in here, And that's not going anywhere. And then this piece fits in here like this against the foam padding. Right, you might have a problem fitting this in here. If you fit it in and it's catching on these sides, it's because you haven't put it in the center of the marker line. Okay, or if you put it all together and you go to wind handle and it's super stiff, it's because it's not in the center of the marker line. And the way to fine adjust it is to turn around to the gear again and then move this in or out, whichever is required, to make sure that it goes in easy, just like this. Remember, the short side is forward and it should go in as easy as that. Thank you very much.